Here's a reporter. I've seen him many times. You know this guy.
Talking about it.
It's been, what it's all about is helping people, and I've heard already 5 stories of people that read the book and checked into treatment.
Well, I thought what we could do is kind of start from the beginning.
Have a drink? Should we just have a drink?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, good idea. The book is called Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. And the big terrible thing is, of course, your struggles with addiction over the years that you talk about in this book. It's a dark book. It's a real book. It's a very funny book. But again, there's reality there and there's darkness there. And I want to start kind of where all that began, which is the first time you had a drink. You write about.
Yeah.
You were 14 in the backyard somewhere in Ontario, right?
Ottawa.
You were with a couple of buddies. What do you remember from that night?
That was pretty heavy. I was with my best friends, the Murray brothers, and we decided, we didn't know what we were doing, and they got some beers, and I got a bottle of wine called Anwar's Baby Duck, is the name of it. And I drank the entire bottle and lay in the ground and looked at the skies and just felt better than I ever had in my entire life. And I thought to myself, this is probably what normal people feel like all the time.
Well, who are normal people?
You. No. People who just walk the face of the earth, people. And I finally felt at home for the very first time. As soon as I drank alcohol, I just loved it, and I had a much different reaction than the Murrays did, and I had a much different reaction than normal people have. Normal people have a drink and I feel a little, woozy, and then they, go home and go to work. I have a drink, and for the first time in 3 weeks.
I welcome you guys back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. It's still a very emotional, heartbreaking, and of course, devastating moment ever since we lost Matthew Perry just 36 hours ago. Now we are seeing the family showing up at his home, like I've given you at the beginning of this video. The family, that is the father, mother, and of course the stepdad, arrived just hours after the Friends star had died. That was on Saturday, when he actually was announced dead, having been in a jacuzzi. Matthew's mother, Suzanne Morrison, and his father, John Bennett Perry, and of course the stepfather, that is Mr. Keith Morrison, actually displayed their emotions. You can see them in the video, displayed their emotions as they moved out of the cars, walking towards the house where Matthew Perry had died from. TMZ broke this story first when they reported that responders had actually rushed very quickly to Perry's home after receiving a cardiac arrest call, where a man in his 50s, that came later to be known as Matthew Perry, having drowned in his jacuzzi. No drugs were found at the scene, and of course, according to the press, they are saying that they obtained a couple of dispatched audios, but of course not the 911 call where the respondents had to contact the authorities. So they got a couple of audio recordings from the dispatch, from the time when they contacted the authorities. And of course, we saw early on Mr. Matthew actually posting a photo days before he died, when he said that he was in his own jacuzzi, and he said, actually, the caption said, "Oh, so warm water swirling around, it makes you feel good. A Mattman." His parents split when he was still a young boy, and in a couple of interviews he has been revealing how he actually experienced a couple of traumatic experiences during childhood because of the divorce between the parents. In this moment in time, we'll be, of course, sending the condolences to the fans, the family, and everyone who was close to Matthew Perry. We'll be bringing you all the updates with regards to the funeral, memorial service, and of course, anything that comes out from the investigations at the coroner's office they are actually undertaking this exact moment in time. Rest in power, the King, Matthew Perry.